Hi everyone, I'm Arlene from the Student Success Center.
And I'm Devin, and today we're going to talk about how to make a CV. So let's get started.
A curriculum vitae, or a CV, is predominantly used in an academic setting as an accumulation of publications. Most undergraduates may not have publications, so here's a working example of what an undergraduate CV may look like. So to start, what is a CV? So a CV is similar to a resume, but it is more comprehensive, including all relevant experiences. It conveys a scholarly identity, and it illustrates all of your relevant capabilities, such as teaching, research, or publishing. So there's a lot of information. How do we structure it all? So following your name and personal information, education is always the first section. You list your majors, minors, or any certificates, your college, and then if you're in the honors college as well. GPA is not required, so a pro tip is if your GPA is a 3.0 or above, showcase it. The following sections should be ordered in terms of relevance and importance. So for example, listing your skills is important, but showcasing your research or teaching experience showing how you use those skills would be more relevant. Lastly, within each section, experiences should be listed in reverse chronological order, so listed by the most recent to the oldest experiences. So once your CV is structured appropriately, how do you make your experiences stand out? So first, use accomplishment statements when you're describing your experiences. Accomplishment statements start with your action verb, then your project, and then the outcome. So for example, instead of saying something like organized events, you can say organized a company-sponsored bike-a-thon raising money for the AHA. Another way to stand out is quantifying your experiences on your best day. So instead of saying raising money in your accomplishment statement, we can quantify it to say organized a company-sponsored bike-a-thon raising $10,000 for the AHA with over 50 employees. So notice how quantifying your experience adds an extra level of your understanding of the project and the impressiveness of your work. And what does your best day mean? So your experiences should reflect what you're most capable of, which would be on your best day. So for example, say you organized a number of bike-a-thons. You would want to only describe your best one. Now let's look at accomplishment statements that quantify your best day on Sparky's example CV. So to start, does this experience have accomplishment statements? Is it following the action verb, project, and evidence structure? So let's take a look at that second bullet point. It says tracked attendance to calculate participation. Great. And how about quantifying on your best day? Yes. Tracked attendance for how many students? 200. And how many class periods? 24. Did 200 students attend every single class period? Probably not, but 200 students reflects on your best day. So lastly, let's go through some general do's and don't tips for a successful CV. Do be specific, like we talked about on how to stand out. Do be consistent with formatting. This is a big one. You want it to be appealing to the eye and structured the same throughout, the same spacing, font, format, etc. Do check your spelling and grammar. It can be easy to type away and feel like it's finished. Stop and reread it. And do get feedback from different people, like peers, graduate students, and faculty. Those are great resources. The Psychology Student Success Center is also a free and accessible resource. Okay, now some reminders on what not to do. Don't worry too much about length. That will come as you gain more experiences. Don't include demographic or personal information. This is relevant for things like personal statements, but do not belong in your CV. Don't try to be funny or cute. Save that for the interview. Your CV is a professional document. Don't add unnecessary details. You want your CV to be read. If you add too much, it may be glanced over and look too busy. And lastly, don't use over-the-top formatting. Again, you want it to be consistent and appealing to the eye.
Thank you for watching. Be sure to make an appointment if you need more help, and feel free to click the link below to download Sparky's CV.